All right, guys, good afternoon. This is Captain Jimmy Lewis coming to you. Guys, you knew that this weekend was a banner week for dolphin. It went off like you would not believe. I feel that it was a storm that came through here with a depression that pushed the dolphin down here that made it an unbelievable weekend. Now, the information that I got as far as for the dolphin, where they were at on the 53 and the 33 line as far as on their GPS, I'm going to explain that in full detail. I want to give thanks to Captain Ray Rocher and his two charter boats where this information is coming from. Bouncer Smith and also, you know, a couple guys that I sell bait to come in here and give me information and I pass it on to you. Now, when I pass that information on, I told you it was in 1,300 feet on the 53 and the 33. The information that I give you pinpoints the exact location as far as on the dolphin. Now, the majority of the people that went out caught the dolphin with no problem. They limited out. The fish were in between 10 and 40 pounds. If you had 4 people on the boat, they caught 40 fish. If you had 5 people on the boat, you had 50 fish. It went off like you wouldn't believe. But the problem is this. There were 7 people on my Instagram report came back to me and said, Captain Jimmy, we never saw a fish. We never saw a dolphin, never caught a dolphin. That is a big problem for me. So what happens is, I started thinking about it. And there was one person that came back and asked me on Instagram, what is the 53 that you were talking about? The red light went off in my head. And I go, you know, the information that I have is a very, very professional thing that you hear the charter boats on channel 80 go real quick on 80. They'll go, hey, what's your top line? 33. What's your bottom line? 53. And all of a sudden, the people that were telling this doesn't know. So what I'm gonna do, and this has never been done before, I'm gonna take you on my boat and I'm gonna show you exactly what the 33 and the 53 is. You guys ready to have a great time? Come with me right now. You're gonna learn a lot here in a few minutes. All right, guys, number one most important thing is to have a bearing that you have next to your inlet. We're in Miami Government Cut right now, and what I use is the sea buoy, the Miami Sea Buoy, as my point of reference as far as on offshore. When I tell you 16 miles offshore, that means I have the sea buoy as far as the number is my primary number. The primary number is very important because that tells you how far you are from the buoy or from your inlet. Very, very important is what we're talking about with the Miami Sea Buoy is your stationary number of what you're using. Now, when you use the 80 number is what we're talking about when we go to the 53, I want you to see that it's 80 05 022. Forget the 022 west. Just look at the 8005. As we go on the 8005 on the sea buoy, as we go offshore, that number is going to it's going to drop to a lower number. Further east we go, the lower the number. Now remember, it's all in minutes, 60 minutes, which I'm going to show you, which is very important. The most crucial part of this whole video, guys, is right here. We are on the double zeros right now. The double zeros were in 962 feet of water. We're approximately 10 miles offshore of Miami, and we're counting down right now on the double zeros. If you look at 80 00, it's counting down to 02, and this is the most important thing because it's going to drop to 59, and then it's going to start counting down. If you look at it, 80 00, 79, 59 as far as over there. So when we say the 53, when you see that, we're on the 53 right there, and we're going offshore another 6 miles to get to the 53. Now remember, the 80 number right here now turned to 79. The further east we go, the smaller the number is going to get. We're at 59 right now, and we're going to go to the 57, which is 2 more miles offshore, and that's where the dolphin are going to be. If you look at the 2546, the further south we go, this number will be getting smaller. So on Sunday, the fish were on the 3353. So the whole thing is, it was south at the 33, which is almost 12 miles to the south of here, which would put you off of Fowey Light, and off the 53, which is 6 more miles offshore. Now we're in 963 feet of water right now, so we're going to go offshore, and we should be in about 1,300, 1,400 feet of water by the time we're done. All right, guys, I ran out to the 57. We're approximately 14 miles offshore as far as off the sea buoy, off Miami. And as you see, the patch is right here on the 57. There is a couple pieces of debris inside that wood. I went around the patch itself and I've already seen 5 dolphin as far as on the patch itself. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna break our rod out, take our pilchards, fire them out, and I'm sure we'll have them on. That's what I mean when I say the 57, the 79, 57 is where we're at right now in 1,273 feet of water. There's a patch and there's a dolphin. All right, guys, on the 57, if you see this patch of grass, I'm sure that the current is like 4 knots on the outside of that and probably 2 knots on the inside, which is creating this massive weed line, which is called a rip. Now, this saves you a lot of fuel and a lot of time. When I tell you that the fish are on the 57, we are on the 79, 57, and 1,273 feet. If you come out to this weed line and run down that, that means all the pallets, all the wood, all the big patches and the dolphin are gonna be on that rip. There's no reason to go offshore. There's no reason to go anywhere else but on that weed line. All right, guys, on our GPS, you see the 79, 57. When it went from the double zeros to the 57, you change to 79 degrees, 57 west, and our top line is 2546. Now, 2546 is important if I'm going south. If I'm going south, at this 46 on the weed line will get smaller. So the further south I go, mile-wise, every mile increment, that'll get 1 number smaller. As I go to the east, the 57, if I went deeper than 1,273 feet that we're at right now, that number would fall to 56 and so on. We're on the weed line itself. We just caught a dolphin, and now we're going back up on the weed line, and how we fish it is basically I take a pilchard, I put them on the rod itself, I hold my finger on the trigger as far as where the reel is, and now I know there's a dozen fish here because I saw them swimming down on this big patch of weed right here. So what I'm doing is I've got a pilchard out there, got a pilchard out here, and I'm gonna just cruise down like a 1 engine, bumping it in, bumping it out of gear until I bump into the dolphin again. Once I bump into the dolphin again, I'm gonna let them eat it out of my hand, drop back to them, and nail them. Woohoo! Got another one on that big patch. Nice dolphin, 5-6 pounder. Now, if I gave you the report, guys, we're on a 57 line. Nice dolphin. Fishing by myself, folks, sometimes it gets a little difficult. Woo, nice stuff. Nice dolphin. Gotta wait for the right shot and see if you can get a good headshot on him when you got him. Woo! All right, go in a little bit. Beautiful fish, absolutely beautiful on the 57. Just like we said, woohoo! Dinner tonight, dolphin fingers. Let's talk about live bait, guys. The pilchards are dolphin candy. They're the best bait that you can have. We got a few pilchards here, and I want to show you how we hook the pilchard itself. That is, to me, is the most important thing. Most people hook them in the eyes, they hook them in the back. That's not the way to do it. What you want to do is take the pilchard right where his nose is, where his nostrils are, right in front of his eyes. Simply put the hook. This is a 5091-74 Mustad. We're going to put it right between, underneath. We're going to turn the barb sideways, not long ways, sideways, where the hook is sideways, so it doesn't make a giant hole. Put it through, and the pilchard will be perfect.
Yep.
All right, guys, just like we said on the 57 on the patch, got them on. Beautiful dolphin, 6-7 pounder, just enough for what we've got on. We've got them on. Now remember, folks, when I give you that call on the 57, this is what we mean right here. Took us almost a minute to catch them. All right, guys, I want to take you back into the classroom. I want to tell you where we started from as far as a government cut, because that's our first point of refuge. And if you take that number, we started on the 80.05.1016 is where the sea buoy is off Miami. The 05 is the most important, because what's going to happen is when we talk about the bottom line, well, as we move to the east, it's going to get smaller as we go out every mile. So we start out on the 05 at the sea buoy, we go out, and this is where the confusion starts. Right here at 976 feet of water, the term that's used is the double zeros is right at that breaking point. Now at the double zeros, it's going to start back in 60 minutes. You got to remember that all the GPSs are in 60 minutes. Each minute is a mile. So as we go from the double zeros on the 80, we're going to drop to the 79.59. And as it goes from the 79.59, every mile that we go east is 1 mile until we get to the 53. Now the 53 is where the bite was as far as on Sunday. So what we're doing is we're going to the 53, and that is approximately in 1,300 feet of water on the 53, but it's almost 15 miles offshore of where the sea buoy is. Remember that point of reference. Now when we talk about the top number at the sea buoy is 2546. Now at the 46, at the sea buoy, we were on the 33, which means that the further south we go, as far as over off of Fowey Light, we're on a 33, which is approximately 11 miles to the south of where the bite was on Sunday. So you got to remember, when we say on the Instagram report or the Facebook report that the bite was on the 33.53, now you're getting the idea that it's 33 on the 25 and 53 on the 79. And that puts you about 16 miles off of Fowey Light is where that rip was, where all the wood, the debris, the pallets, and everything else, and where the dolphin were going out. It makes your ocean a very, very smaller place as far as over here, because what happens is, you know, when we give you a point of reference as far as on our Facebook or Instagram report, it makes the ocean a lot smaller. All right, guys, I hope this helps you out as far as over here, because I wanted to make it very simple for everybody who is out there. If you have any questions as far as on anything that you might have as far as dolphin to make you a better fisherman, please give me a call on my Instagram or Facebook report. I'm very sorry that the screen was dark when we were doing it on the boat, but it's an older unit and we live and die by these GPSs all the time. I'm looking to upgrade my Furuno up to something else, and when I find out what my new GPS is going to be, I'll let you know, and maybe that'll help you also. Good luck and good fishing. Hopefully this helped you out.